Well, the Neighbourhood Watch for me isn't about the old-fashioned like twitching of the curtain, looking out for each other, kind of just more an excuse to be nosy. We work quite a lot with Joey Neighbourhood Watch with the teenagers because we think a lot of the antisocial behaviour such as graffiti, the park getting damaged, that kind of thing comes from the teenagers and the younger ones not having much to do. There's not a lot around here for them, so by creating them things to do, so the youth club, helping out at the drop-in centre, I did the disco for them, having the hard court lit of an evening so they've got somewhere they can all go and play football, providing the footballs for them. It keeps them busy and that way hopefully keeps them out of trouble. Trying to bring the community together as well, and by doing that you've got a sense of community and you all want to look out for each other rather than just because it's looking after each other's homes. It's you want to look out for each other, and I think that's better than just the old nosy parkers using it as an excuse to nosy what the neighbours were up to. I think Doley benefits from having a Neighbourhood Watch team because we do lots of social events and lots of things for the community. We do make sure that people are aware of the latest scams, latest door-to-door callers with the newsletter that we send out. But we also do things like we had a summer barbecue and we had an Olympics around the time of the Olympics for the children to come and join in. We did a Valentine's disco. We tried to do all those things, like I say, to get people to know each other, to bring the people together like an old-fashioned community, like when people said, oh, they all knew the neighbours. And I think quite more common now is for people to not know the neighbours at all. I think some people do think Neighbourhood Watch is a waste of time. We went to the Bakewell show, Derek and myself, and we did hand out leaflets about just the National Neighbourhood Watch, and people were surprised that we don't just use it as a curtain twitching exercise. We do other things with the youngsters. I was telling them about the film project, I was telling them about the money that we've been able to get from the National Lottery and from the Cooperative Society, and they were really genuinely quite surprised. But for us, Neighbourhood Watch isn't about being confined, it's about doing what we want to do with it.
Any community would benefit from Neighbourhood Watch, and we can say that quite categorically because the police and the Home Office recommend Neighbourhood Watch, they support it, see it as a partner with them, and some insurance companies reduce household contents and building insurances, particularly contents insurance. And the last thing we do is blame young people for antisocial behaviour. They've just completed making a film for us, funded by the Midlands Co-op, who bought us a huge amount of filmmaking equipment, and they've made a short sound video, music video featuring antisocial behaviour in the village, and it's things like abandoned cars, dog fouling and littering, and not young people that perpetrate that. We also work with the local authority. We've installed indoor gym equipment for a breakout session of Ozbox, which has been in the past very successful, is less so at the moment. And on the basis that we installed indoor gym equipment, the parish council, Old Tucknell Parish Council, agreed they would install outdoor gym equipment for use by any age group up on the playing field just a few hundred yards from where I'm speaking now. And that's recently been installed, some fabulous cardiac and other exercise equipment.
They've given us the facilities that we need to like produce the film and actually make it happen.
Like Co-op helped us with the camera equipment and the recording stuff and the mixing equipment.
They've given us like the places to go where we can actually like film it, where we can like go and plan it, like where we can like go have a look at it and then edit it.
The youth centre, youth club. And Neighbourhood Watch helped us, was starting to help us more with, instead of being bored and stuck outside,
And they're giving us more things to do, like on a Monday and Friday, they let us come down here and chill instead of like being cold and bored outside. Up to Neighbourhood, like giving us the facilities that we need and that they provide for us so we can just have a laugh.
We've helped the elderly residents in Doley as well. we make sure that even though if they've not got internet and no access to email, we make sure they've got a hard copy of the newsletters that we send out. We also make sure that like they're aware of anything they can get, like they could all get free boiler service every year. Some of them would have been entitled to electric blankets. We made sure those of them that were entitled to that. We go around and talk to them about, you know, not answering the door-to-door step callers, make sure they've got all the stickers and things for the windows to make them feel safe in their own homes.
I think Neighbourhood Watch helps any neighbourhood. The crime levels were low in Dowley before Neighbourhood Watch started, but Dowley has grown enormously since then. In the last 4 years that I've been here, 2 huge modern developments have been built up, and some criminals might think that there are easy pickings from these modern houses, and they'd be right. There's plenty of televisions and DVDs and other goodies around, and yet with Neighbourhood Watch we've maintained very low crime levels.
Dowley is a fantastic village, and it's got a lot of history with the old as an old mining village, and I think if you look at similar villages, you know, in Chesterfield, some of them are really run down now, and they've got quite a bad reputation for lots of crime, lots of people you know, being unemployed and things like that. And I think by, again, that sense of community, so perhaps someone might hear of a job to let the other person know that there's a job going, or if someone's found themselves a bit on hard times, the community gather together to help that person. And that it's just that sense, going back to that sense of community.
Future plans for Neighbourhood Watch in this community, I suppose, are very much steady as we go. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's touch wood going quite well. Crime levels remain low, antisocial behaviour remains low. Our partnership with the police is very wholesome. We've had letters thanking us for our work, supporting them. Our local bobbies call in to me, and we swap notes quite often. The watch here in Dowley won an award in the summer, a national award, which was presented down in London, and I received a Divisional Commander's Commendation for the work I've done in Dowley, and as chair of Chesterfield District Neighbourhood Watch a few months ago, presented at Chesterfield Police Station. So with the help of my steering group and the support of all our members, we'll continue to do the work that we do in Dowley very much as we do now, arranging the occasional social function to bring the community together, having a stall at the Christmas fair, arranging a litter pick, and perhaps repeat the community picnic that we had this summer, all to sort of bond the community together in the name of Neighbourhood Watch.
It's nice to think that, yes, we've done something and we've achieved something, and all the other Neighbourhood Watchers who perhaps are failing because they do just do the curtain touching. It's not just about that to us, it's about a lot more. It's about what can we do, not just reporting to everybody this crime happened on Wednesday and this 2 weeks last Thursday happened. It's about, well, what can we do to help prevent that, and how can we look out for each other.